in this example, we're going to do another inline stomp box thing. I'm going to try and build a bit of a cross between a Univibe and an MXR Phase 90-ish. But I'm going to go, I got a nice clean Strat sound. I got a Fender Deluxe mic'd up. And I want those real shimmery tones of the Strat. And one of the cool things about this, though, even though it's based on a vintage phaser, I can really clean it up and get something that's maybe not as heavy-handed as an MXR Phase. Like sometimes that can really overpower the guitar for me, and I almost like a bit of a blend. And so here I could dial the sweep back. I can go a little less deep with the sweep. Nice slow sweep. Center frequency around 340 hertz again, somewhere around the MXR Phase 90 range-ish.
Yeah.
And let's see what that sounds like. So something that's typical, like a...
It's very much giving you an example of the effect on a pretty clean sounding guitar and giving you let's see, phase kind of subtle.
But with, yeah, exactly, subtle. So you really, I like hearing the strings.
It's just adding that movement to it.
Exactly.
If we wanted to add a bit more wobble to it without it being more phase, how would we do that? Like if we wanted to kind of add more of the character in of what an analog unit would do, is there a way? Because I think I read that there was an age function on this as well.
Yeah, exactly. So here, yeah, so you can, I've got this stuff dialed back. So right here, they've modeled the aging of the circuitry. So if we dial that up, it's like we're using an older phaser, right? Something that's been around, more vintage. Maybe let's go 6. Let's go halfway.
So bringing in that dirt that you would get from the components.
Exactly, and let's kick in the analog button, which it gives it a little bit more of a softer top end, and that would smooth it out, make it sound a little bit more vintage.
Yeah. Rolling off some of the high stuff, isn't it?
It almost sounds a little less shimmery and more syrupy to me, right?
Yeah. This is the age here, isn't it?
Yeah, you can go up a little more if you want.
If we exaggerate it.
Now, what if you leave the age there, analog's in, take the sweep and go to 100%. Let's see if we go, let's go all the way and see what happens. So you can go, just with a couple of knobs, go from super subtle and shimmery to something a little dirtier, a little warmer, and like super syrupy, depending on what works in context, right? We're just playing around here.
It's kind of giving you a lot of control in one of those, you can get those group plugins that just sort of slap on vibe on an instrument or a source. And this is kind of giving you a lot of control in a very particular part of what those plugins would give you. But I think it's good to learn these things because it gives you that middle ground to play around with. You can really jump into the age and the analog and move it in and out. And automate it in if you want to get really flirty with it. But
no, exactly. And that's the thing. It's like taking a few minutes to go a little deeper on this and understanding what each part does. You realize that something where at face value you're going, oh, it's just a phaser. But then you realize, oh, it has so much range for possibility by, like you said, digging into some of the age stuff, digging into some of the analog stuff, digging into the sweep. And if you, like you said, want to get crazy, automate it and have some fun with it.